Let me ask you something. How important is Black Captain America in the world today? Because I think that's what's gonna happen eventually in MCU.
O legado daquele escudo é complicado.
How was it like to have this opportunity to return to MCU? When did you receive the news that you were gonna be part of the series, and what was your first reaction?
Hearing about it and thinking, well, this is great, but like, I'd really love to know, where has Sharon been? And what, we can't just kind of like throw her back into the universe like nothing happened. And that wasn't what they planned. They really did want to address that and see this new kind of version of Sharon and where she's been. And it just sounded really exciting to me. And I was happy that we were going to address all of those things. And, of course we started shooting, and then this crazy pandemic happened. It went back, finished up, and, now it's finally streaming, which is amazing. But it's always fun to work with Marvel. And, I love Sharon so much that it's nice to finally do her justice a little bit and see where she's been on the run this whole time. And it's been great.
And are you more comfortable with Sharon now in this series?
I think like any character, the longer you play them, the more comfortable you are with them. I mean, we definitely turned Sharon completely, it's like a 180 with Sharon at this point. She's a totally different version of herself. So it was almost like playing a new character in many ways and trying to, figure out like, okay, well, who is she now that she's made all these sacrifices? It really wasn't necessarily worth it for her in the end. And, I don't know, just trying to balance who she was with who she is at this time. It was a lot of fun, but it was a fun process to figure out, okay, well, what does that look like? Who does Sharon look like now?
And as you said, Sharon is in a very different place now. And how do you feel about this changing, and what version of her do you like the most? Sharon before or after Avengers Civil War?
I mean, I always loved Sharon before. I loved her integrity, and I loved her loyalty, and there's just so many great things about Sharon in the films, but then of course there's so many characters to service, so we didn't ever really get to see too much, and she makes these sacrifices, and then suddenly she's gone for several years, and here we are, and she's just this new person. And to me, it's a lot more fun to play her now because there's a lot more brewing underneath her. And, we just get to spend a little bit more time with her, which I think is cool. And same with all of these characters. Doing the streaming platform, you get like 6 hours instead of 2. So I would probably say it's a lot more fun now, but I just love the characters. So it's been fun playing all the different versions of her.
And do you feel any big difference between working in a Marvel film and now in a Marvel series? Or is it pretty much the same? I'm asking because the level of production doesn't feel lower.
I don't think it feels lower. I feel like they did and I think it was a concern with everyone. We were all trying to, figure out, because we were one of the first Marvel series in this Disney platform, the Disney Plus platform, like, well, what's it going to look like? Are they going to compromise in the quality? And I don't think that it was compromised at all. I watched all of the episodes before they aired and just thought, wow, like it looks like a 6-hour movie. And I think that's what Marvel does so brilliantly, is they don't compromise. And I just think it's perfect timing for this new platform, especially with everything we've been through this past year. The fact that people can watch these stories from their home and still feel like they're watching a big epic movie is just very cool. And so I think we were all delighted to see the end result, because we didn't really know. It's the first time they've really done it apart from WandaVision, which was also fantastic, I thought.
In episode 3 of Falcon and Winter Soldier, we have this amazing action scene with Sharon. And how was it to shoot it? How intense was your training?
It's amazing. For just those few minutes of that sequence, it was several months of, going in to train as much as possible, and, everything from like footwork to boxing to jiu-jitsu. I mean, because it's all, pretty hands-on with Sharon's, no superpowers, and she's pretty much just like grabbing weapons where she can in the shipyard. So it was a lot, very challenging, but it was so much fun. And it was very cool to figure out, well, what does, even Sharon, fighting look like, she's got this technical background, but she's fighting these like, these goons in the middle of a shipyard. So what does that look like? And it was very cool to learn all those sequences and, challenging, but good fun. But it's amazing the work that goes into even just a few minutes that you see on screen. And a lot of the sequences we did in like, long takes. So, you just have to be ready. Otherwise you get hurt,
Can we expect more of that great action in the next episodes with Sharon?
A little bit. I mean, I would say that was probably the more difficult sequence that we see with Sharon. But it's not the last we see Sharon, that's for sure.
So, by the way, are we gonna see you as Sharon in MCU again after Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
I mean, I think that really comes down to, the powers that be and what works for the different stories they want to tell. And I think that's what's cool about the Marvel Universe is that it's often unexpected. Like I never thought I'd be playing Sharon again, and here we are. So we'll see. I mean, like I said, I love playing her, but you never know.
When we're talking about a Marvel movie or now a Marvel series, there's a lot of theories going on. What do you think about that? Have you read some, and can we expect some big reveals ahead?
I've definitely heard some theories. I mean, as someone who's in the show, like I'm always surprised by things too. And I mean, I think it's great that there are theories swirling around. I'm excited for people to see old and new characters that are yet to come within the series. And I mean, there's still 3 episodes left. So I'm excited for everyone to see the next 3.
Let me ask you something. How important is Black Captain America in the world today? Because I think that's what's gonna happen eventually in MCU.
I mean, listen, I can't divulge anything, but do I think the world is ready for Black Captain America? 1,000%. I mean, I'm ready for that. But in terms of like where we head within Falcon Winter Soldier, I am not at liberty to discuss anything. But I will say that I feel that, the overall theme and arc of this show is a really beautiful, powerful message and one that I'm excited for people to continue to watch. And I think they're already kind of seeing that on multiple levels with each character. So I think that Marvel's done a great job with this show, definitely, in terms of like tackling very important themes and also from like individual perspectives of each character, if that makes sense.
And how do you think we're gonna react with the end of the series? Can you make a face like, oh, or smile? How are we gonna react?
I mean, after that kiss with Captain America, that's the only face I can make because you never know how people are going to feel about things. But hopefully people enjoy it as much as I enjoyed reading it as a fan. Like I do hope that people are happy ultimately.
And last thing, do you have any message for Brazilian fans?
I love the Brazilian fans so much. So much love. Sending all the love your way. I hope to get there soon when things are normal again.
Thank you, Emily, for your time and congrats on the show. Welcome back, Sharon.
Thank you so much.